All right. Jeez. It must be a holiday today or something, right?
That's right.
My goodness. All right. Well, we're good there. All right. Well, let's say some good mornings here. Let's see who we have with us. So far, we have Teresa Ann. Good morning, Teresa. Sherry from East Tennessee. Good morning, Sherry. Jess Perry, 16. Joy is with us. Wildlife fan, Lisa Maria. Good morning, Lisa. Brian is here. Good morning, Brian. PJ Party, Peggy is here. Oh, hold on. I think I just got a notification. Yep, there's Alex. Okay. All right, everybody. Let's see who else we got here. Kings Girl 1974, Andrea Lynn 81, Donna Fox is here. Um, Disappointing said they're gonna lose all the free money from the United States. Talking about Greenland. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Let's see. Vicky Veronica is here. Leonard Little. Good morning, Leonard. Cindy Hayden 59. Good morning, Cindy. Oh, but the chat's doing its thing again today. If I missed somebody, my apologies. But the chat is all over the place. David is here. Good morning, David. Wendy, happy, marvelous Monday. Wendy said, same to you, Wendy. Him is here. Towie Bixby, our personal cheerleader. Good morning, Towie. Dana Mackey. Good morning, Dana. Gary Murphy. Oh my God. John Gwynn. There he is. The man, the myth, the legend, John Gwynn. Good morning, John. Southwest Minnesota Girl, also known as Sassy Minnesota Girl, is here as well. My Not So Poker Face, good morning. Benji 1959, Big Ben is here. Good morning, Ben. Christy B from Hayesville, Kansas. Good morning, everyone. Glad you can make it. Alex, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Glad you made it.
Well, I just barely made it.
Well, you had a late night. I get it.
I dead to the world. Yeah, it was. It's a lot of work to process deer. So anyway, thanks. Good morning.
It happens. Oh, excuse me. Doug Rice 59 is here. Lisa Piquel, good morning. Pure Blood Holly Johns, good morning. Pure Blood, wow, there he is. Martin's WB, good morning, Martin. Chris Romano, Franny Dragonfly. Holy smokes. I wasn't sure how many people we were going to have today because with the holiday and all. But hey, Secret Squirrel's here. Hey, Secret. Glad you could make it. Wildlife fan, Teresa Ann, Bat and Ballin, Dog Lover. Holy smokes, everybody's popping in. Good morning, everyone. Glad you can make it. Kathleen
And
Paschke's here over on Facebook. Robert McCarskey on YouTube. David Rawls. Bob S. Bob S. said, hit the like button, everybody on YouTube. Yes, please do so. Thank you, Bob. What was that, Dave?
I was going to say, Alex, you about missed today's high on silver, or the beginning of the high.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Lisa Piquel said, so Alex, you got your deer?
Yes, I got a deer. I had 6 minutes left in the extended season, so there's no more deer getting until I believe archery opens back up in October. So yeah, with the 6 minutes left, 2 came walking out. It was a good day.
Wow, they shut it down for that long, for that many months?
Well, yeah, it's a winter. It's a cold weather activity. Conservation. You're coming into spring, and that's when the fawns are born, and population control. You can't just do it all year round like you can coyotes.
Right, gotcha. Well, let's see who else we got piling in this morning. Bieber from Colorado Springs is here. Sue B27. Good morning, Sue. Valerie James. Good morning, Valerie. I Speak 1717 said, this is my holiday every day. Excuse me, every day at noon. Well, we're glad you're here, I Speak. The beach chair farmers here. Martini time just showed up. Holy smokes. Pure Blood Holly John said, all hands on deck, cutting and wrapping. Great memories when we get a deer. Oh, isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? Yeah, the only kind of meat I like comes wrapped in cellophane personally, but that's just me. It's a California thing. Let's see here. Charlie's here.
I'll wrap the deer in cellophane before I send it to you.
There we go. Yeah. Oh, I would love to have some deer. Are you kidding me? Let's see here. April Burgess just showed up. Good morning, April. All right, Alex, were you able to get things set up for indices?
Well, the markets are closed today, but we can certainly look at.
No, they're up until noon, I think, or 1
Yeah,
o'clock.
they're not.
What? See,
I thought they were closed too, but yeah, no.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I looked and I'm like, wait a minute, they're open today?
What? Okay. Yeah. Well, so yeah, let's. I mean,
well, while you're doing that, I'll say some
no,
more.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
I gotta click the right button, and then I gotta get some dang coffee. All right, hold on 1 second, folks.
Lace and Steel just showed up. Just a mess from Tex. Virgo 47 is here. Holy smokes. I'm glad everybody made it. Wasn't sure how many. Melissa Flinner. Hey, Melissa.
Good morning, everybody. January 19th, 2026. Crude oil looks like it's up 1 penny at 59 cents. We've got gold sitting at $46.72. That's up $77. And silver broke the $90 over the weekend, sitting at $94.37. Freaking incredible. Looking at the crypto markets, little pumps in there too. We got Bitcoin up to 93,201. We've got Ethereum sitting at 3,000. Who's getting a phone call?
Sorry, that was me. I got it fixed. I forgot to turn on my silence thing.
You're good. Ethereum up. We're at 32. Let's see. XRP up 2%. Looks like 202. But I had another chart earlier showing it was up to 212. So I'm not sure with this new chart. Back over to commodities. What was the indexes at? I don't know how to read that one. I need to just get my windows straight. Anyway, exchanges. Nope, that's not it. Stock market. Nope, that's not it. Anyway, hey guys, the world's not ending. The stock market's open till noon.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Mike Warner just showed up over on YouTube. He said $5,000 gold. My. Yeah, it's pretty close, Mike. Pretty close. What's that?
I said, here we go. S&P 500 down 4 points to 6,940. The Dow currently sitting at 49,359, down to 83 points, and the NASDAQ is down 14 to 23,000.
Excellent. Thank you, Alex. Sassy Minnesota girl said, hi ho silver. Boy, isn't that the truth. It's just getting started. Or no, it was it was Towie Bixby that said that. Sorry. Chat's moving fast. I'm having trouble keeping up. David said, you had one job, Alex. That's classic. 307 Patriot is here. Said $100 silver soon. Yes, exactly. Gary Murphy said, Asian guy on TikTok says silver will reach over 3,000. I mean, I don't know. That's a big jump. I mean, it's quite possible, but
maybe in 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. But then if we have the monetary reset, who knows what's going to happen at that point?
Well, I took a screen recording and sent it to you guys over the weekend. If you go, everybody on the live at some point, go to the U.S. Mint and look at what you can get a 1 ounce silver coin from the U.S. Mint for. Very interesting numbers.
Yeah, to say the least. In fact, Dave, tell everybody what you found there.
On which one?
On the Mint.
Oh, that's what Alex sent us. It was 168 for a non-proof. They shut down for 28 to 48 hours because they couldn't keep up with the change in price, and they came back with a 168 for non-proof and a 172, I believe, for proof coins. So,
I mean, that's 60%
bizarre
increase from where we're at now.
Yes,
that's crazy, absolutely crazy. D said that Sam, we're trying to recover from football yesterday. Exactly. Truthers here. Hey, Lindsay, glad you could make it. Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, speaking of football, you guys all know I'm not much of a sports guy. But when the Rams are playing, I'll typically tune in, and I watched it yesterday. And wow, I mean, what a series of events at the end of that game for the Rams to pull it off. I was pretty impressed. Well, I guess it doesn't take much for me to be impressed because I'm not all that well read in. But boy, it was a heck of a game.
There were some good games.
Secret Squirrel said 169 to 173 in terms of the silver. Yes, exactly. WS Chase said U.S. Mint devalued their silver to 190. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I Speak 1717 said silver should be worth more than gold. Well, I think it's used a lot more than gold is in electronics and what have you, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Sky Dancer's here. Hey, Sky Dancer. Lace and Steel, thank you for the gifts. And Franny Dragonfly, thank you so much. All right, let's see. What about agriculture report there, Dave?
Oh yeah, not much going on the news side of it today for a holiday, federal holiday. But the corn is up 2 to 4. Soybeans are up 4 to 5. Wheat is up 5 to 7. Cattle is down almost 2%, and hogs are up just shy of 0.6% for the day. So yeah, it's kind of quiet on the news side of it. Not much out there compared to last week. So we'll see what this week brings.
Exactly. Charlie, thank you for the money gun. Yeah, I know where it always takes me mentally when I see that money gun. David Morales said, shares in Erica and TPUSA are down. She's toast. Ooh, I haven't watched that. I'm not really up on that. Hey, Kelly Thurman's here. Hi, Kelly. Glad you could make it. Dobermom 79. Hey, Dobermom. All right, so let's see here. Let's move into some stories. What do we have up first? So Trump says he will work with the remnants of Maduro, the Maduro regime, so Venezuela does not turn into Iraq. Now, people bitching and complaining about Venezuela and what we did there. Well, let's compare and contrast with Iraq. We have $1.5 trillion in Iraq. We had some gas money for Venezuela, essentially, and we have now an asset that is a significant asset in terms of oil, in terms of strategic location, in terms of election interference being revealed. Still think that's a big part of what's going on in Venezuela, or what is going to go on in Venezuela. Alex, what do you think?
It's going to take time for the infrastructure to come up, but we've talked about it a lot lately. It's pretty awesome that we're not going to occupy. We're going to give back to the Venezuelan people what belongs to them. Obviously, they're going to, I'm sure, pay a tally for the reconstruction efforts and whatever else. But we'll see how it goes.
Yep, Dave.
No, it's coming. I've seen many interviews with a lot of Venezuelan people, and they're very excited of what's coming. Obviously, going to give them their freedom back and get them money back in their pockets as a a communist situation there. It's good to have a little freedom, no doubt about that. So that's
Exactly.
a back burner. It's coming.
It's coming. Exactly. Squiggly 77 just showed up. Good morning, Squiggly. Oh, Paco's here. Hey, Paco. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you could make it. So moving on, the U.S. government says it did not and will not sell any Bitcoin. Now, we've had rumblings about Bitcoin. We've had rumblings about the Federal Reserve. We've had rumblings about Fort Knox. Let's not forget about that whole narrative that was in every news narrative for how many weeks or months, and then crickets immediately. Same thing with Bitcoin. They talk a lot about Bitcoin with the government, and then all of a sudden it's gone out of the news narrative. Then it comes back again. What do you make of it, Dave?
Well, I mean, obviously, they're building something, correct? He signed that executive order 14233 in March. Any forfeited Bitcoin shall not be sold, must be maintained for strategic Bitcoin reserves. So he's building something. He's building a spoke of the wheel. That's just another part of it that's coming. So that's building wealth in all of our pockets in our country.
Yeah, exactly. Alex?
say I had nothing really to add than what Dave said. It's another spoke in the wheel. Strategic reserve, sovereign wealth fund, like it's all coming together. And if
Right.
we can confiscate it from those that would not do us good, hey, great.
Exactly. Kathy said, I'm glad we're helping the Venezuelans. They've suffered a lot. Boy, isn't that the truth. Uh, Mike Warner over on YouTube said, looks like Trump is improving his war footing for the future. Well, I don't think it's war footing as much as it is. He's
Defense.
proposed a 50% increase in the defense budget. That begs the question, why? Well, if you now have to defend Greenland, Canada, Mexico. Oh, the Trump train! There it is! Yes!
I'm going to get coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay. If you have to defend, if we get to defend Greenland, Mexico, Canada, Cuba, Colombia, I mean, that would make sense to me that we have to increase our defense budget. Dave, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, it's also a strength deal, and that's the same concept. We're going to need to be with obviously with the Golden Dome and stuff coming into play too. There's multiple other sources that we need to put it into. So we're probably years beyond investing that amount of money in it. And you get rid of all the waste, you'd be surprised how much extra money you got.
No kidding. My gosh. We're talking about, well, I mean, there's even more that's come out here in California in the last couple of days. But David Morales said it's all about breaking up the old empirical rulers. Promethean updates and Susan Kokinda have it all. Yeah, I would agree. I personally think that a majority of this has already been dealt with years ago, probably in President Trump's first term, but we're seeing the optical rollout of it now. But we'll have to see Benji 1959 and Franny Dragonfly throwing the squirrels in the chat. I know. Well, that's what happens when the Trump train comes through. I can't help but get excited. It is the Trump train after all. Let's see. Taz said, stop, please, waking the baby. I'm sorry, Taz. You have to turn your volume down a little bit. It's not intentional, believe me. Did I say hi to Mama Bear? I think Mama Bear's here. Mama Bear. Yay. She had, since the time change, Mama Bear's had, her challenges with getting on the show, but you are missed, and we are glad you are here today, Mama Bear. Let's see here. Southwest Minnesota girl Sassy said billions in fraud here in Minnesota. Yeah, and could you imagine with what is it, up to 19 billion now that they have identified in Minnesota? That's Minnesota. Wait till they get to New York. Wait till they get to Illinois. Wait till they get to California. Holy smokes. I'm telling you, it's it's significant to say the least. All right, let's move on here. So next up on the hit parade this morning, we have, oh, that's the same one. That's weird. Now both of my screens are messing up on me. RFK Jr. and the HHS, the Health and Human Services, are going to launch an investigative study on the connections between 5G mobile phones and neurological damage and cancer. I don't know if you guys remember, but do you remember back in 2020, there was a lot of talk about President Trump already having mitigated the damage from 5G. And it had to do with putting some sort of an element in the 5G towers that would impede the EMP or the electromagnetic pulse of the 5G. I find it interesting that this is coming up now. Now, I can only speculate as to what I think is going on, but this could be a big, significant move in terms of what's going on with cell towers and other types of technology like that. Alex, what do you think?
Cell phone radiation is bad, period. Holding it up to your head all the time to talk. So I think all frequencies, radio frequencies in high doses are not good. There are videos out there of people using Geiger counters, which measure radiation at different stages of use of a cell phone. So when it's just powered on and sitting there, when it's actually taking a call, when you're on a call, when you're charging it, and it does vary, and it is a thing. I don't know what you're referring to as far as Trump mitigating cell tower radiation or any of that, but it is certainly something that I think I would be interested in understanding more about the dangers of and the issues around it.
Right, right. Virgo 47 said the lights on our roadways as well. And I would add to that smart meters on homes. That's a whole nother separate category. Dave, what do you think?
Yeah, he advocates for a halt to further expand the 5G service. He claims there's over 10,000 studies linking uh, electronic fields to cancer, DNA damage, and tumor growth. If it's something we need to look into, let's do it. I mean, as we move forward, we have to know these things. So it's
Right.
definitely a positive move.
Right. Plus the potential for an EMP or an electromagnetic pulse taking out the grid. Those are significant things that need to be dealt with. I mean, our grid is not by any stretch of the imagination up to par at this point.
No,
But does that mean we're going to see something significant happen? Well, I don't know. Verizon just went down nationwide. What was that, last week? I mean, that was a big outage, and it affected a lot of people.
Whether it's man-made or sun-made, right, from bursts, we should probably start looking at protecting what we have, because who knows what that's going to lead to.
I Speak 1717 said, I use my frequency meter. Interesting. Just a Mess from Tex said, LED bulbs are atrocious for us too. 100%. I agree with you. It's really interesting. I saw, God, this is years ago, but there was a scientific study done on LED bulbs, and there's a way to reverse engineer them that actually increases or actually produces electricity from them. It's kind of an in-depth science thing, but I was really impressed that if in fact that is true, if we were able to switch that to increase electricity as opposed to use electricity, how many LED bulbs are in existence right now? That would be a huge boom to the electrical grid. Dave, what do you think?
Well, yeah, they were mandated, right? That's the case. So yeah, across the board, I know all of my energy saving appliances, all my light bulbs, and I'm still paying higher electric bills. So could you imagine?
Well, and how about the whole shower head restriction, water restriction thing? You can't even get a good shower in, and now finally we're getting back to we're getting rid of with the Chevron deference, we're getting rid of these bureaucracies that have just Uh-oh, Alex is having some issues there.
He's got an earthquake in Kansas.
There must be an earthquake in Kansas.
Sam, that must be an LA thing, because we've got shower heads that clean elephants over here in Iowa.
Yeah, no,
so I don't know.
You can't. And these low flow toilets and all the other stuff, all the other crap that they put on us, it's got to go away. Secret Squirrel said 5G and metallic in the jab. Absolutely. That's another good point, Secret. Absolutely. Let's see here. Oh, Benji 1959 said Kofefi. Exactly, Ben. Except we're not going to dig down that rabbit hole today, but yeah. Secret Squirrel saying everything going blue light instead of incandescent. Yes, another good point. Yeah, you guys are on top of it this morning. Wow. All right, well, let's move on. So President Trump announced a 10% tariff for Denmark, Norway, Sweden, France, Germany, the UK, Netherlands, and Finland from February 1st, increasing to 25% on June 1st until, quote, a deal is reached for the complete and total purchase of Greenland. Now, as Alex likes to say, President Trump doesn't pass win without a plan. My guess that this plan has probably been in effect for quite some time. What do you think, Dave?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think you sent something out, Sam, that said France got there early so that they could show the Icelanders how to surrender when the Americans showed up.
Exactly. I sent Dave a meme this morning that showed us a quick video, and it was basically the people in Greenland giving up, and I think that's the way it's going. But sorry, Dave, go ahead.
No, that's exactly right. Yeah, it's interesting. We talked a little bit before we went live, right when we went live. It's amazing that these NATO allies are going against the United States like this. It's either like, what is Trump testing them? Is Trump doing his book cover again? Who's the bad guys when they're shipping 15 guys over there. I mean, what is that going to do?
Exactly. Exactly.
And Germany shipped their guys back already because they're afraid of the $1 billion soldier fee that Trump was going to charge them on the tariffs.
Exactly. Exactly. Alex, what do you think?
It was the soldiers showing up was allegedly supposed to be for some operation and to show that NATO has interest in making sure that Greenland is secure from Russia and China. And he said it. I mean, he's been talking about it for a long time. And what is the art of the deal? You come at it with such a grandiose, plan or deal that everybody at the table is like, absolutely not. That way, when the real deal comes out, they're like, oh, maybe we're getting a pretty good deal here. So we'll just have to wait and see. The dude's not going to stop. So
no, of course not. And there's a plan. We may not know what the plan is in totality at this point, but there's definitely a plan.
Should we take wagers on whether it's going to be Alberta or Greenland first as the 51st state?
Or the optical rollout? Maybe it's already happened, right? Melissa Flinter said, it's kind of freaking me out right now with what's going on. Well, Melissa, I'm not worried at all. As you all know, we follow the Q drops. We have for a very long time. And those Q drops have been spot on hundreds and hundreds of times. So whatever you might see optically, and I had this conversation with a family member recently, whatever you might see optically, well, actually more than one family member, but whatever you might see optically does not necessarily mean what's actually going on now. I believe it's happened already. They haven't exposed it to the population because let's face it, this audience aside, the majority of the population is very ill-informed. They don't understand what's going on. They don't care to understand what's going on. And I get it because they're nutritionally deficient. They're toxic. I get it. It's hard for people to just get through the day. But the reality is there's so much more going on behind the scenes. I personally believe the Patriots are in full control. Now, does that mean that there isn't pockets of nefarious people? No, of course not. But I think I wouldn't worry, Melissa. I am confident that we are moving in the right direction. Let's see. Oh, that's weird. Huh. I don't know what's going on with my apologies, everyone, if I'm not catching your comment. The chat's doing some really funny things. I don't know what's going on. Pureblood Holly John said, I sleep better with Trump in charge than any president ever before. 100%. 100% agree. Den said, finally, a sensible, non-divisive life. Thank you, guys. Well, thank you, Den. Yeah, we do our best to speak the truth to the best of our ability. And if people disagree, that's fine. They can disagree. As long as they do it respectfully, I don't really care. I mean,
and we're open to having our minds changed. If you can bring receipts and show us something, we'll look at it. We'll dig in.
Right. 100%. 100%.
And Sam, did you see where the EU is possibly going to be signing some legislation on putting tariffs back on the United States and going all that? It's interesting.
They're going to put tariffs on the largest economy in the world. Not a wise choice. Not a wise
choice. They are
choice.
coming back to take their Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they could have it. Well, whatever. David Morales said Canada and now Greenland talk to totally piss off the European royals. Well, again, I think the European royals have been dealt with. I mean, look at, you've got, who was the brother that got taken out of the royal, Prince Andrew. Yeah, exactly. So there is a whole lot going on. President Trump, during his capitulation tour, the UK was part of that. And again, I think we're seeing a slow rollout. But I think, like I said earlier, there's a lot of people in this country and in the world that are just ill-informed. And that's up to us not to beat them over the head with it, but it's up to us to come alongside them, to, shoulder to shoulder, and show them what's going on in a way where they can assimilate it. And when I was younger, I used to try to give people a drink of water from a fire hose. That's not the way to do it. The way to do it is to drop seeds. That seeds will grow. It's not up to us to wake people up. It's up to us to produce, to speak the truth to the best of our ability. But out of that, past that, it's up to God, the universe, whatever you want to call that entity, in my opinion. Dave?
Well, you sit down and watch the evening news. It's just like watching a scary movie. It's going to scare the shit out of you sometimes.
Yeah,
I mean, plain
exactly.
and simple. And that there's a reason why they want you to be that way. So just
Yeah,
take a deep breath, do your own research, and look into stuff.
yeah, exactly. Hey, Full Mental Jackets here. Full Mental said they already had their turn charging the USA high tariffs. It's our turn now. 100%. 100%. President Trump has flipped the tables on them, and I for one, am glad to see it. Uh, Baby girl, thank you for the heart me. That's so sweet. And we had God. So there's this thing. This chat is just all over the place.
Well, we're pushing 300 viewers, so that's why we must
Oh,
have hit the For You feed. And just want to
exactly.
remind everybody that this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. We welcome everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, that very good point, Alex. And everybody in the chat, put in the chat for context. This live is educational purposes only. So that's just a TikTok thing that Seth over at Top Crop, who has been helping us significantly, has helped us to figure it out.
Meanwhile, Cuba has announced a plan for state of war.
Oh, great.
How long will that last?
Well, I think they should just figure out how to feed their people first. Would probably be the more important thing.
It's going to last about 5 minutes, is what I think it's going to
It's
last.
such a sad story about Cuba. I mean, Cuba was it was the Las Vegas of its era, right? Like it was grand, and it's so sad. The cars they have, 1950s cars down there that they can't get parts for. So they're so resilient, such a resilient people. Like they've resorted to boat motors, and it's amazing what they've done to keep these old classic cars running. But
Alex, when Obama opened it up, did you see the show that was down there? They showed
yeah,
these. That was my favorite. It
it
was
was
fun to watch.
it was very fun to watch. But
Exactly.
it'll be interesting to see how their state of war goes.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Lee's here. Nurse putting in the chat. This chat is for educational purposes only. Thanks for having our back, Nurse. Benji's laughing. Exactly. NC Patriot said Greg Gutfeld is dropping crumbs on his show. He knows. 100%. I think Gutfeld's on it. I think Jesse, what's Jesse's last? Waters has been on it. Tucker Carlson, they're all in on it. I mean, they can only say so much, but it's significant. And when Alex was talking about Cuba and the kind of the alternate Las Vegas, I go back to Godfather 2, the number 2. I mean, I think there was a lot of truth in that in terms of what they were trying to accomplish there, and then got derailed, probably from the globalist. But, buckle up is all I could say. Buckle up.
There's so many movies that we could find parallels in. Personally, I'm waiting for like the White Rabbit to knock at the door so I can warp the Matrix. Like I want to fly. I want to be Neo.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so as you all know, I'm a big nerd when it comes to technology. I had a technology company for years. I used to go to CES and Comdex every year for years. So whenever CES comes, I don't go anymore, but I watch all of the news feeds, as many as I can, about all the new products coming out. You guys, do you have any idea how many companies are producing humanoid robots now? I mean, so on Wednesday, we're going to have special guests, Sapioplex and JF and on. And as I've said, they are so far out of the box, you're going to have to prepare yourself to be challenged.
Buckle up.
You buckle up, exactly. But I'm not going to get into the details, but there are so many humanoid robots, some of them being able to do things that are just incredible. I think we're moving into a time that we've never seen before. So Lost Army said, I can't wait for the Iron Man suits. Well, exactly. I mean, I'll be one of the first ones in line for that. I'll tell you that right now. I would love to have an Iron Man suit. Could you imagine just flying around? Okay. Oh, shoot. It is sponsor time. Sorry, everybody. I just caught that. Okay. So sponsor time. We have MyPillow, Mike Lindell. Mike is running for governor of Minnesota. If you need some pillows or some blankets or some sheets or anything else that Mike offers, Give him the business. He's earned it, in my opinion. Go to mypillow.com, use the discount code SAM, and you'll get major discounts on everything that he has. Neil Naturopathic, chemical-free, toxin-free hair care products. NeilNaturopathic.com. Use the code SAM20, and you get 20% off of your order. Dr. Peter Glidden. Dr. Glidden is with us every Friday, like clockwork, on our health and wellness show. And Dr. Glidden is a stalwart when it comes to health and wellness. If you go to my website, samshalhoub.com, click on Dr. Glidden's button in the upper right-hand corner, it'll take you to his website. And he has composed a website chock full of information on health and wellness. You click on it through my website, use the code SAM, you'll get a 30% discount on Dr. Glidden's membership. And then, of course, Best Line Racing, the best engine and fuel additives on the market today. Go to my website, click on the Best Line Racing button, use the code SAM for your discount. Alex, how about a little bit about what we really need right now, which is meditation?
Yeah, everybody take a big deep breath. Links in my bio if you're on TikTok to the Amazon shop. If you're not on TikTok right now, you can go to Amazon.com, search Alex Raymer, and it comes up. Beginner's Guide to Meditation, the easy road to a peaceful mind. It'll help.
Excellent. Thank you, Alex. Let's see here. Perfect Storm said, where's XRP going? Well, nobody knows for sure at this point, but I would say buckle up. Hey, Hitesh just made it. Hi, Hit. Good morning. Glad you could make it. Layson Steele said, hey, Shay, thanks for spamming the junk. It helps the live stats. Exactly. You guys got it. John Gwynn said, I could see Sam in an Iron Man suit with attached lasers. I know. It would be just, it would not be pretty.
Don't give Dave any cap cut ideas, dang it.
I know. I can't wait. Yeah, Dave. Iron Man, me, lasers. Yeah, it works for me.
I'll fire back up.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, let's move on. So next up on the hit list, we have, oh no, that's the same one. That's weird. So Speaker Johnson said, I don't foresee military intervention in Greenland. I think diplomatic channels is the way to go. The president is playing chess, and as we say, we have a lot going on right now. So that's just one small piece to a larger puzzle. Now, how many times has President Trump said he's a wartime president? How many times has Speaker Johnson said he's a wartime speaker? If anybody knows, I would say Mike Johnson's probably pretty well read in. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, they just hadn't said who we're going against, and more than likely it's the deep state is what we're fighting here. But yeah, I've seen a lot of interviews coming out of Greenland from the Greenland people, and it's not 85% against the U.S. It's probably 60-40 to the positive that I've seen. So I think that's probably the way it goes. Like, okay, we send a military over there. Who are we going to fight?
Yeah,
like, there's nobody to fight. The 15 people in Germany went home. The French, they've already tied themselves up and laid it on their stomachs. So there ain't nobody to fight over there. So it doesn't make much sense.
Exactly. Alex?
Dave's absolutely right. Makes absolutely no sense. It'll be interesting to see if you've read any of his books, The Art of the Deal. What is the actual deal that will be settled? It's coming.
Yeah, 100%. Southwest Minnesota girl, Sassy, said, I take a deep breath and sigh automatically about every 3 minutes. That's understandable, but that works. Chris Spots is here. Good morning, Chris. Oh, let's see. Holy smokes, man, this chat is moving so fast. My apologies, everyone. I'm trying to catch up on the different ones here. Wendy is getting everybody to tap on the screen. Thank you, Wendy. Let's see. Well, Sandy MT said 25 years and they still will not help homeless and the elderly and children. It's coming. It's happening. It's not happening as quickly as we might like it to, but believe me, it's happening.
Let's look at Minnesota as an example of who's not helping, who's taking hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars and packing it in suitcases and taking it to other countries. Like, who's really not helping? The fact that those things are coming to light, I think you're going to turn around the financial situation for a lot of people that are not in good situations in this entire country. We're just going to have to be patient. I know everybody gets sick of hearing the words "be patient," but you can't undo literally 100 years of corruption and central banking debauchery in 10 years. Like, it just doesn't happen. I
Right.
think we're in the cleanup phase of what's disclosure is upon us, and the cleanup crew's coming in. So
Right, exactly. Hey, Tammy C54 is here. Hi, Tammy. Haven't seen you in a while. Wayne Thomas, thank you for the follow. Glad you're joining our gang here. I guess you probably shouldn't use the word gang. That might be a little misleading. Our family here. Well, look who it is. It's Jen Talk. Hey, Jen. How the heck are you? Haven't seen you forever. Hope all is well. Sassy said, seeing is believing. Well, we're seeing it. We're just not seeing it as quickly as we might have. Hey, Big D just showed up. Good morning, Big D. Glad you can make it.
Brian said, "How dare I speak truth?"
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Exactly. Mama Bear said the same family. Yes, we are one big family here. Oh, the Sam family. Okay. Exactly. That's way better than gang, I think.
The Sam
All right.
fam.
Yeah, exactly. The Sam fam. That's a Mama Bear quote. So we're talking about all this fraud being revealed. We're talking about truth coming out. And now we have Doge being encouraged to go to Baltimore. Apparently, the city leaders admit that they can't track tax dollars flowing to nonprofits. So we've got Minnesota, we've got Maine, we now have Baltimore. Of course, we all know Illinois and California and New York they're probably waiting for that, because when that hits, holy smokes, it's going to be a flood. Dave, what do you think?
And now we know where all our tax money is going to waste and why we're in a $38 trillion deficit, because it's all wasted. Baltimore is just going to be another city. You may not see as big in numbers as what Minnesota showed, but like you said, Illinois, New York, and California, and it's coming. Going to clean house one step at a time.
100%. Alex?
Get the brooms out and get the cans of Raid out, because we're gonna be spraying a lot of cockroaches, and we're gonna be sweeping a lot of them up.
Yeah, oh boy, let's see, that just went. Fish said, took them 16 years in office to get us pre-Trump 2025. It will take a while. Those are words of wisdom. And let's not forget, not only the Dems, but there were plenty of Republicans, in my opinion, that have contributed to the nefarious activities.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. So I don't really look at Republican and Democrat. I know President Trump wants us to look at Republican, but I look at their actions. And if their actions don't measure up to what I think they should be doing, I don't care whether they're Democrat or Republican. They got to go. End of story. JC said we need major audits in California. Well, it's coming. Believe me, JC, it's coming.
John Gwynn said, "Can we take care of the entire left coast all at once, please?"
Exactly. John coming out speaking the truth. Let's see. D said, "Oh boy, I'm so sorry, you guys. This chat's moving so fast. I look at one thing and it's gone." D said, "Why doesn't Trump take some of the earnings from the tariffs and pay down some of our national debt?" Well, here's my opinion on that. I don't think the national debt is legitimate. When you look at the amount of fraud that we're exposing in the government, how much of that fraud has contributed to the national debt, there may come a day of reckoning where we just say, "Oh no, there is no more national debt. It's gone." It's just speculation on my part. Alex?
I think the bigger message here, Sam, that I think is gonna ring true through all of this is who at the end of the road is financing all of this. Like, where does all of this money come from, right? What's the source of that money? Well, it's the Federal Reserve Bank. When we're out of money, the bank's like, here's some more. Here's some more. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a fiat currency Ponzi scheme, and I think that's the ultimate end game, right? And Trump setting up a tariff system. I sent you guys a clip of what he was saying just recently about the Fed and the central bank, and what we're moving to, and how rich we were. He specifically mentioned the tariff-backed economy and going back to the 1800s when this country was thriving more than it ever has. The tariff system has been removed from educational materials and from the narrative for so long that people are buying into tariffs or taxes. No, they're not. Well, they're making things go up. No, they're not. So just be patient because what's coming, I think. And I think we're going to have a real clear picture by July 4th of everything going on this year. It's going to be nuts.
Exactly. Hey, Kim55 just showed up. Hey, Kim, haven't seen you in a while. Well, looking, T Rainey 2 is here. Wow, everybody's piling in today. So good. Deborah Dodd Wade. Hey, guys. So glad you can make it. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. LSE.3 is here as well. Good morning, LSE. Oh, my gosh. Everybody it's moving so fast. I'm so sorry if I'm not getting to your comment. But I guess that's part of the challenge when we grow like we're growing. And my goodness, just know if it's something important, put it back in the chat because it's moving so fast I can't keep up. That's probably partly because I'm 63 years old. But that being said, let's move on. About 1,500 active duty Army paratroopers from the 11th Airborne Division, based at Joint Base Elmendorf, Richardson, Alaska, have been put on alert for a potential deployment to Minnesota. Now, Supreme Court said you can't use National Guard. You have to use regular forces first. Regular forces being defined as military. What do you think of that, Dave?
Well, I think it's coming. Obviously, bringing them out of Alaska, they're prepared for the cold weather in Minnesota. So, kind of makes sense. You're not going to bring somebody out of Florida, out of there to go up there. They're prepared. They're ready for the cold weather. They're used to it, if need be. Obviously, there's some stuff that a lot of people feel like they need to deploy and get it under control. And Trump's not going to let it get it out of control like it did in 2020. So
Yeah,
he's going to stomp that fire out as fast as it starts.
exactly. Alex?
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Exactly. Melissa Flinner, thank you for all the gifts. JP Metal Slayer, thank you for the heart me. Holy smokes. LSE.3, thank you for all the gifts. You guys are so wonderful. Thank you so much. Let's see. Wendy said, I can't imagine fake. We have a med bed center near me. Well, I think that's a whole nother thing, med beds. We're not going to dive into that today, but I think there is much more technology about to be rolled out, whether it's med beds, whether it's Tesla technology, whether it's anti-rabbinic energy. Let's not forget about nuclear. It's all happening, and it's happening at a very, very fast rate. Benji 1959 said, we be dancing. Exactly, Ben. Exactly. All right, let's move on. So dozens of U.S., this was the title of the dispatch this morning, dozens of U.S. Army AH-64 Apache attack helicopters arrived in Greenland. Now, that was followed up by apparently NATO being shocked that this happened and that the United States executed one of the largest attack helicopter deployments in recent history. That's a big deal, you guys. Now, but again, I don't see us going to war. I don't see us militarily taking it over. I think just like President Trump does all the time, he sets up a game board, puts the pieces in place, and then the pieces fall into place of where he wants them to fall. Dave, what do you make of it?
Well, I just think it's a card he's showing over there. Just watch what he's doing on the backside. If your gut instinct tells you it doesn't seem normal, doesn't seem right, it's just a card he's showing to get attention over there to do something on the backside. So watch what else is going to go on. You'll be surprised maybe by the end of the week.
Yeah, exactly. Deborah Dodd Wade said showing force. Well, I think that's part of it, Deborah. I think you're absolutely right. It's the same principle when it comes to gun control here in America. If you go to the areas in America that have strict gun laws, what happens? The crime is off the charts. You go to someplace like Idaho, where it's an open carry state, what do you know? The crime rates are nowhere near as high. What a surprise. Talk about, wow, I didn't think of that. I mean, that's exactly what it is. Dave, what do you think?
Oh, without a doubt. It's showing it's exactly what we talk about. It's showing a hand, showing the strength, everything against Greenland and other situations. No doubt about that.
Yeah. Wendy J said, I'm pretty sure we already have Greenland. I would agree with that. Charlie, thank you for the gifts. D, what does Denmark have to offer Greenland? They're basically a welfare country. Very, very accurate. Lenny Spence once said 5D chess. Exactly. Martini time and helpful honey. Thank you for the gifts. You guys are so sweet. But yeah, again, I think a lot of this is posturing. I think some of it is a show of potential force. I don't see us using it now. I could be wrong. Maybe there's things happening in the background that I'm not aware of, but I don't think President Trump is going to use force. I mean, why would you use a stick when you can get the same result from a carrot?
Yeah.
Optically, I think that's the wiser choice. Dave, what do you think?
Well, ultimately, it's not Denmark's choice. They had a 2009 agreement with Greenland to self-government and to protect them if need be. So it's really not Denmark's choice at this point. And I'm telling you, every interview I've seen, I mean, there has been people say we don't want the U.S. there. There's kids that want to say we want McDonald's. So it's
Yeah,
going to be interesting to see on how this plays. And like I agree that the deal is already done. Remember how long ago was that we flew in? Don Jr. flew in and talked to the people. That was right after the election, I think, 6, 8 months ago, maybe something like
yeah,
that. So
yeah,
I think the
exactly.
deal was signed and done by then, I
I mean, I
believe.
think it has to do with NAFTA going away and USMCA being installed. What was that,
Yeah.
Alex?
I haven't spoken, but thank you for giving me a turn. April 1941 is when we went in, right, and quelled what was potentially a bad situation with Germany when Germany occupied Denmark. But 1951, I think, is when the first U.S. base opened on Greenland. There were multiple bases, but currently there's only one active military base, but it's been there 75 years. We're not going into Greenland to occupy Greenland. I think the number of Apache helicopters was like, oh hey, let's go on a training run and let's just see how many helicopters we can get over there at once. I think it's a joke. I think Trump is trolling them. It's just like well, what are the helicopters doing this weekend? Why don't you send them up to Greenland for a little while? Like,
Exactly. Dave, were you going
Stir
to
the
say something?
pot. Stir the pot. Stir the pot.
Exactly, exactly. Sassy said, I just saw a reporter showing Denmark's special forces landing in Greenland. I haven't seen that. That's not to say that it hasn't happened, but I don't think I would be that concerned about it if it was me. But again, there's no way to tell. Jen Talk said, I think there's more fighting than lovemaking. The delivery room must be empty. Of course, leave it up to Jen coming out with the oh boy, that just cracking me up. So Lisa Maria's on top of the spammers in the chat today. Good job, Lisa. Just like Beth Dutton just showed up. Hey, haven't seen you in a while, Beth. Just like Beth Dutton, glad you could make it. The real AFP said there's an island between Greenland and Scotland that they get a lot of talk lately. It's owned by Norway. Huh. Interesting.
dodged a bullet, Sam. You missed a Trump train.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
What? Wait a minute. Why am I not seeing that? Big D set the Trump train. Choo choo. Thank you, Big D. I didn't even see it. It didn't show up on my screen. Oh well. Thank you for sending it. Joyce R said we need Greenland. Oh, there's another Trump train. Yes. Thanks, you guys. I love the Trump trains. Yes, I get a little excited when I see the Trump trains. I do. I have to admit it. Tell me, Bixby said choo choo.
You're getting my Rottweiler all excited. Calm down, Sam.
Oh, okay. All right. Give him a pet.
Go down. Go down.
Oh my gosh, that's cracking me up. Oh, that's funny. All right, so let's see. Okay, that's it for the stories today. Now, I want to let everybody know. Tomorrow, we are going to have Brian Dellett on the show. We've been talking a lot about it. He's coming on with us tomorrow. He's an actor by trade, but he is a U.S. Army veteran who's doing a lot of work with the veterans. He's going to be joining us tomorrow late in the show, and we're just going to run probably long tomorrow. And then also Sapioplex and JF Anon will be on with us on Wednesday. Same time, 9:45. We're just going to kind of roll it and see. So it's probably going to be some longer shows tomorrow and the next day, just so everybody is aware. But we have some really, really interesting things happening. But let's see. Earl Shannon said, hey, just call us the YouTube ghost. I don't get it. What's that for, Earl? You guys are ghosting out over there? Oh, that's funny. All right, so let me hold on one second, Alex. Let me
pulling it up, being prepared. It's this new system and being able to mute things in time. Sorry.
Okay, everybody. So we're going to be dancing. We're going to sign off on Facebook and YouTube right now. Alex, are you getting that, or would you like?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Okay. So we're signing off. Have a wonderful day, everybody, on those other platforms. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Don't forget our special guest this week. And then have a great day. We'll talk to you later. All right.